So now they're trying to convince us that mold is what's making men rageful and abusive. Like, come on. Also, look at this. He's been sick. He's doing bad. I just saw a video today. Sorry, I'm holding this weird because I just can't get over how he's sitting. I just saw a video today of a man trying to blame mold for the divorces. And a shout out to Jules, my mutual, who's awesome. I'm sure you follow her as well. If you don't fix that. She sent me this video, and this man goes into a whole thing. I'm not going to send you the video because I don't want to give this any more views. Of him, he's like a detox guy or something. And he is blaming mold for the divorces, saying, like 70% of houses have mold and 70% of divorce. Well, I don't even know. I don't even care. But I tell you, they will literally blame anything but men's behavior, men's attitudes, men's entitlement, men's abuse, financial, physical, emotional, exploitation of labor, any of that. They will blame anything but men just sucking on why women are divorcing, why they don't want to have children. The birth rate decline is one of the best things that's ever happened because a lot of women are not being saddled with children they don't want, stuck in a marriage that is abusive and or exploitive at best. Some man promised to be somebody he was not, and because of their own indoctrination, helped them not see the red flags and not understand what they're really signing up for. And just some of the ridiculous quotes. Okay. As soon as he wakes up and sees me, and he's on camera, he's going to move. He said that the wife, according to the neighbors, the wife turned, he says, the wife turned into a shut-in, didn't want to go anywhere, didn't hang out with anybody. And it's because the husband was suffering from rage, toxic rage syndrome, or whatever the hell you call it. Why do you think she became a shut-in? Why would somebody... Do you think maybe being isolated by a man's anger and abuse? And like, I am so sorry, but I'm going to get on to the more important part in a second. That man had a kind of rage. It's almost never I'm not saying that things can't increase irritability and all that stuff, but rage is something different. Try to be perimenopausal. I looked it up on Healthline. What is this whole thing with what does mold cause? It can cause anxiety, depression, and irritability and sudden mood changes, or you could just be going through perimenopause or menopause. And when women experience rage, they don't usually take the lives of their partners or annihilate the entire family. And when I discovered, I literally caught myself because I was scared of my own anger when I first started going through perimenopause. I was like, what the hell is this? Why am I crying all the time? I'm not really much of a crier. Or what, and why am I either crying or so angry I'm afraid of myself, and I actually stay away from my husband so I don't take it all out on him unfairly. And I really knew I had a problem when I broke one of these chairs. Like, it kind of broke. It was an old chair, and then I was like, fucking, I broke it all the way. I just slammed it. And then I was like, oh my God. I stayed up till 4, I was up till 4 in the morning researching 46 years old rage, perimenopause. Got myself on some progesterone, took care of that. Even without progesterone, I was like, women's rage is going to look different in the home. And it usually doesn't involve weapons, strangulation, or just terrorizing the kids and the partners. So A, the rage thing I have an issue with. B, even if that was a thing, the real reason why, this guy was like, I help people, like coach people couples who've been through toxic, mold issues I am sorry, but the real problem when there is something like mold in a house, and I say this as somebody who literally just found it a couple days ago in our house, in the bathroom, and realized, oh, maybe that's the cause of contributing, in addition to perimenopause, is these nightly, like, migraine headaches pretty regularly. And I realized I didn't have them all summer. Well, I haven't been up in my office. I've been gone. I was in the U.S. I was camping. I was just gone. I was working away from home because it's hot as hell and we didn't have AC. So me and the dog, gone most of the summer. Guess what? Didn't have nightly headache. Didn't have my eyes burnt. So I realized the other day, oh my God, we have a mold. Do you know what most men do when women suspect that there's mold? Most men do nothing. They tell us we're crazy. They treat us like doctors treat us. One of the closest people in my life literally went through this a few years ago. She knew she was getting sick. She got bronchitis, and then she got bronchitis again, and then she got it again. She kept getting sick. Her eyes were a mess. Her allergies were a mess. Everything. Her kids were getting sick all the time. She knew there was something. Her husband didn't believe her until it was like 6 months in, and then finally she insisted on getting tests. There's mold all over, because they live, in a very wet region. They had to redo the whole bottom of their house, and that mold was slowly killing her. It took her a long time to forgive him for not listening to her, but he eventually did. Spent a ton of money fixing it, but it's the betrayal of somebody who, it's the disrespect of someone not listening to you, not taking your sickness seriously. And then the other thing is, a lot of times this causes chronic health issues, especially for women, and then, or if they have autoimmune diseases and stuff. I mean, I've heard it can even cause those or make those worse. When women are chronically sick, what happens? Statistically, men leave. It's the same reason why women end up divorcing right after Christmas or Mother's Day, is because they realize that they've done everything. They put the stockings out, they bought all the presents, and their stocking was empty. Or on Mother's Day, all they wanted was the man to do something so they could have a day off, and they literally have to plan their own Mother's Day, or they get nothing. It is a problem with men's entitlement. Men not respecting us and listening to us and treating us as equals, right? Because they're the patriarch. They know better than us, so they don't listen to us. And so what happens when they get sick is either men leave, or the men even deny that they're sick. Look at this dog. Oh my God. Oh, baby teeth. Sorry, I can't handle this cuteness. But I promise you, when there's mold and divorce in the same sentence, it is usually, not always, usually, because it is a revealer of a much bigger problem. Men not caring, men not believing, or men not taking seriously their partners, to the detriment of these very women's health. And the gaslighting that goes on for over a long period of time, and these men not caring, yeah, that would make me want a divorce too, because it's a revealer of a much deeper problem, which is usually the men either hate them or may not understand all of their entitlements and don't care to deal with it. They know it in their gut, but they may not know. I am weaponizing my incompetence. These are not even conscious thoughts. They just do it the same way whiteness plays out. White people, we're not I'm going to do. Sometimes yes, sometimes yeah. But a lot of times we're just operating. We're just swimming in the water of white patriarchy, right? And the husbands who will not deal with the unfairness of it within their own home. Well, guess what? A lot of times those wives are you know what? Fork off. You made me think I was crazy for months or even years because you wouldn't even entertain the idea that it could be mold, or you're so cheap. Although they'll spend a ton of money on their hobbies, OnlyFans, whatever it is they're spending their money on and not contributing to the household for. So that is what's causing divorce, not mold rage. And if it is mold rage, my guess is for the woman, it may be accelerating a rage that was already deep down. It's something that seemed off or unfair. And if it's rage for him, he's got some issues he probably hasn't looked at, because he also won't go to therapy because he thinks that's stupid and a waste of money. So fantasy football and games and golf and all this crap, they spend endless money gambling, booze. That's not a waste of money. Therapy, waste of money. So he may be rageful because of something. This may accelerate it. But it doesn't just make men rageful, crazy people out of nowhere where they cannot possibly regulate their emotions or find a way to do so. Because again, try being perimenopause. Shut up. The way that men will literally think of anything to let men off the hook for being awful partners. It must be the mold. Okay. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. If you like my work, please follow me on Patreon. I share way more personal details there. Oh, and by the way, my husband cleaned the entire bathroom the first day, rid of all the mold, and is continuing to investigate further. He knows that's just going to make me crazy. And it's going to make both of us sick, but it's going to make me crazy. Jumped into action. But men who do not care about their partner or don't take them seriously and think they're smarter than them will just gaslight them for years and let them get sick. Fork that. Must fall asleep, comment song, look at him falling asleep. Oh, here he goes. Oh, wait, up. This is a comment song, it's time to write a comment. If you agree or if you disagree, but be respectful in the comments. The comment song, most sleeping, almost asleep. Oh, there he goes. Most comment song, he's doing better, comment song. Follow me on Patreon for more updates on my life and modes and personal stuff and lives and all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, most comment song, it's ending soon. This is a long comment song. Type out your comment song. Most comment song, now he's eating a Kong. He won't eat his food, but he'll eat a whole Kong full of his food.